Hey, what is up? Today I'm going to be building the techwithhitch.com website. So we're going to learn about static web hosting with S3 buckets. Here's a very basic AWS diagram of what we're going to be building. So we have the user. They're going to be using this Route 53, and then we're going to be going to S3 bucket where we're going to have our index.html or about.html or CSS files, and we're going to have static web hosting here. All right, so the first thing we got to do is make sure you're in AWS console and look up Route 53. So here we go, Route 53. We're going to click Get Started. And first thing, we got to register a domain. You can also transfer a domain if you have a domain with someone else, Namecheap or GoDaddy, whatever, you can transfer over to here. I'm just going to buy the domain. Right, so it looks like we have Tech with Hitch available. So let's buy the .com. All right, so select your duration. You can also select to auto renew if you want that on or off. I want to keep that on. All right, so then you'll just be required to fill out some contact information here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that. Finish the contact info. Go ahead and hit next. All right, so then you're just going to have to review this, and then click on submit. Make sure to read and accept the terms and conditions, then click on submit. The request to register the following domain is in progress. You'll receive a registration email for each domain. And this will usually take like at least 10 minutes, possibly longer. Hey, so we finally got our domain registered. It actually took me one day because when I tried registering, there was some issue that I wasn't able to register domains on Route 53. So I just had to open a case up with support, and they fixed it. Yeah, so once you get your domain registered, our next thing you're going to want to do is go to S3 buckets, and you're going to want to create a new bucket. For bucket name, let's make it the same as the domain name. Okay, so when you see this block all public access, just uncheck that and click acknowledge. All right, and then just click create bucket. All right, so we're gonna now click into our S3 bucket. And in objects, we're gonna wanna upload our website objects. So let me just go ahead and get those. Okay, we're back. So I made some basic HTML and CSS for a website. You can make multiple pages. So you're going to need this index.html, and I just formatted it with, it's going to reference a style CSS sheet. I have a link to my LinkedIn, link to a few different pages. So we have a home about, and I have my three most recent videos here, which should be embedded on the home page, and then like a little footer thing at the bottom. Um, and we have our about me, and then here's our CSS. So you can make your own, HTML, put whatever you want here. You can do it very basic. You can make it more complicated. Whatever. It's not. I'm not going to be doing HTML and CSS tutorial. I'm just giving you a kind of demo of what you could put here. All right, so once you have your HTML and CSS ready, we can go ahead and upload those. And then we need to click on add files. So I have my files here. So we'll add index, about, and style. See, our files are now added, and we'll just go ahead and click on upload. The next thing, let's click on this S3. This is just going to get you into your bucket. So we're in our website bucket here, and we need to go into properties. And if you scroll all the way down, you will see static web hosting, and currently it's disabled. We're going to need to enable that. So hit edit, click on enable. We have to write where the index is. So our index file is called index.html. So just put that there. And that's it. Just click Save Changes. All right, next thing we need to do is go into permissions. And you're going to scroll down till you find Bucket Policy. And go ahead and click Edit. All right, so inside of here, we're going to have to add our bucket policy. I'm going to go ahead and add my bucket policy. make sure for this part right here on line 9 that you enter in your S3. So my S3 buckets techwithhitch.com, whatever yours is, please put it in. Okay, so let's save that bucket policy. All right, let's go back to objects, open index.html, and let's click open. And you can see the website is here. So if we have our 3 videos here, we have a about section. It does look like some of the special characters in my HTML didn't quite work. Then we have our LinkedIn link, which if you click takes you to my LinkedIn page. So we have a pretty basic website. By the way, feel free to connect with me here. Right now, one of the issues you'll notice is we don't have this URL techwithhitch.com. Instead, we have S3 US East 2 Amazon AWS, and we would rather have this as our URL. So let's go ahead and fix that. All right, so to fix the URL, we need to go back to Route 53. All right, so in Route 53, go to Hosted Zones and click on your domain. All right, so we'll click on Create Record. All right, so within this Create a Record area, we want to turn on aliases. All right, we want to choose endpoint. So do alias to S3 endpoint. For region, just make sure to choose the same region as your S3 bucket. And then S3 endpoint, you'll see right here are S3 loads. Routing policy, we'll leave this as simple routing. And then we want to actually turn off evaluate target health. For a simple static website, it doesn't really make sense to have this on. So yeah, let's click create records. All right, so I opened up a new browser. And if we go to techwithhitch.com, you'll see that it does load now, so it is working. Uh, Now, one of the issues that you'll notice is that our website is only HTTP. Yeah, so this is just HTTP, doesn't have HTTPS enabled. So that's why we're getting this not secure message. Now to add HTTPS, that would be beyond the scope of this tutorial. We would have to use CloudFront, not just the S3 static bucket. I'll cover that some other time. Anyway, hope this was helpful and like and subscribe.